listen to Player 2, your first choice and second opinions. My name is JoJo, and I'll be your Player 1.
And my name is Kim, and I'll be your Player 1. And we are down one of our Player 1s.
One Jeff. We are one Jeff down.
Yeah, one Jeff short of a regular recording.
Hey, that's okay, because guess what? There's games to talk about the reviews of. Kimberly, you said you had a thing for this.
So it's not really a thing. I spend a lot of my time playing like little phone games.
Yeah.
And today I couldn't because I was being distracted by a coworker who comes over once a week to the office that I work at.
I love this kind of humor. Can I just start there? I love this kind of just like
office humor.
The office, yeah, you know, like
yeah. Well, not all of my office is like your office, which I picture in my head. Your office is like just a sea of 60-year-old women who are just riding it out for the next 5 years so they can retire.
Well, you know, Kim, actually, since 2020, my office is also my.
Oh, right. You don't go into an office anymore.
Yeah, it's pretty.
So it's now you just have to have Holly complain about the cats, all her cats.
Jeez, you know, those TPS reports. And she's like, go away.
Yeah. You're like, have you tried feeding it the medicine with a tube? Because trying to get medicine into your pets is a common workplace issue.
It's so hard to get it in there, and you have to figure it out. Mm-hmm. It's so important.
And you think it's 2023. You'd think that there'd be a better way than one of those like long cigarettes, like Breakfast at Tiffany's, that you just stuff down the cat's throat with a pill in the end of it. Yeah. But sometimes that's the only way.
Why does it work for daddy and not for cats?
No idea. But anyway, so my coworker was, she broke up with her boyfriend of 3 months. So it was pretty serious. But she had to break up with him because he was texting. This is one of those things where at first I was like...
Wait. He was texting?
He was texting an ex-girlfriend while he was at her house and then tried to cover it up. Like, he knew he was not supposed to be. So it would be one thing if, like, she was just a friend. And that's, of course, she was just a friend. But then his reaction to her finding out that he was texting this girl.
Oh, that was a little...
And then he got defensive and said, well, we weren't really... He's like, well, it was... she's just a friend. And then he said, we've never labeled our relationship, which...
When you start off with the classic line, oh, baby, you got what I need, you know.
And then he said she's just a friend. And then he said that you're not dating. And then she broke up with him and then he cried. But the more that she told me about this, she should have stopped right at the amount of information that I have given you. But then she said, and he had the nerve to text her at my house after I Venmo'd him gas money for him to come over. And I was like, oh, so you pay for him to... She's like, yeah, he doesn't really have money. Lives with his grandma.
What does he have?
Right, exactly. And then...
Other than apparently like the ability to really keep a relationship going.
She's like, well, I think that a lot of it is just that he's like really young and so he's immature. And I was like, well, how young is he? 21. He's 21 years old. Wow. And it seems like about 80% of his personality is that he is Italian.
Okay.
And she's like, yeah, and I guess it's okay that we broke up because he's not really classy. He does this thing where he tries to get food for free at restaurants by saying he didn't like it.
So, now hang on. I think that this gentleman, see, this is why I love office humor, Kim, is because I think that this gentleman is a good guest star for at least one episode of The Adventure, where it's like, oh, this is your boyfriend. What did you see in him? He helps me get free stuff.
Well, because it's not like he's paying for, because he can't even pay for gas to go visit her, which she doesn't live that far away. But then, like, so if they're going out to a restaurant, she's paying.
Wait a minute. No, I thought he has a way of getting out of this situation.
Well, see, that's the thing. He's trying to be a gentleman by complaining about his food until she doesn't have to pay for it.
Oh.
Which
gotcha.
And he'll do it like in front of other people too. Like they went out apparently with one of her roommates and he complained about all of the food and wanted it for free. I don't think when I was 21, I was ever like, you know what I'm going to try to do?
Scam.
I mean, like
Applebee's.
Maybe at the age of like 17, I would have thought about dining and then ditching. But I would not have made it like my goal to complain so much about a dish that it gets comped as like a routine thing that I would do.
I've contemplated theft in places like Walmart or Best Buy, and the threshold is really, how long is it that I can't like purchase this legally before I feel like, yeah, I'm just going to go. Clearly it's not important to you. Big Pop at Target, they can take it.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? They have to maintain 100% unbroken eye contact to be able to prosecute. If they blink, I have escaped. They cannot. That's the rule. By the way, hey, everybody, listen, you can steal. If you can break eye contact, you can steal.
Yeah.
That's the trick. And if they ask you if you stole something, you just have to say, oh, no, I was going to pay for it. Beans, I left my wallet in the car. Because what are they going to do? Follow you to your car? Once you're out the door, that's your jurisdiction.
I did the day that we had to put Gray Cat down. I went and bought some new litter boxes because
finally I can enjoy these things without a cat sitting in them.
It made sense to me at the time. I was grieving. And anyway, I bought a bunch of stuff, this litter box, and I was in self-checkout, and it was like a big litter box, and I had like filled it with stuff, and I didn't boop it. And the woman she's there all the time, and she walked up to me and she said, "You didn't pay for that litter box." And I was pissed. I was like, "Yes, I did." And I pulled out my receipt and she scanned it and she's like, "Nope, no, you didn't." And I was just like, "Oh, well." I was like, fuck. So apparently that's what happens is they just say, "Okay, well then go pay for it now." And then I did. And
show me your receipt. And you're like, "Fuck me, I didn't." But what if I had? Let's play there.
But I was so sure because I was just going, I had to get home. I had to get everything ready. I wanted, and I was just like not in a good headspace, obviously. And I didn't boop it.
You gotta fucking boop it, Kim.
Yeah. But like the thing that drives me nuts though is, and I understand why she did it. I understand why she did it, but it drives me nuts.
Wait, do it like, you gotta do it like, you can't launch into this unless you do it a bit more like stand up.
Okay.
You gotta, so you guys, pretend like,
have you heard about this? Have you seen this? So she watches me. She could have leaned over and said, "Ma'am, you forgot to boop the thing." Or, "Ma'am, it looks like you didn't. Ma'am, it looks like you didn't do it." And so then I have to put my code in, and I have a credit union debit card. And yes, exactly. And so I see somebody out there's got a credit union debit card. Anybody else? Alabama 1? Alabama 1? I'm rolling out the door. Somebody else has already taken that register. Now I have to wait for a different register so that I can boop the litter box for my not dead cat. My brain is just like, Maria, you're not here anymore.
Yeah. Good job, Kim. Good job.
So that was supposed to be about Leo, the Italian guy that my coworker broke up with, but that really became a lot more about Maria and me and the litter box. Sorry.
I think, well, Kim, it's kind of a 6 of one, half dozen of the other when it comes to this whole office humor. Catch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boy, what a...
You're just jealous that some people still go to the office.
Sure, let's call it that. This is a video game review show. You could tell by our
witty banter,
our incredible focus on the subject at hand, being video games. And today, obviously, there is no Jeff to save us from ourselves, and so we're going to be looking at a pair of games, a pair of delightful games. One that came out a little while ago, and one that came out 2 weeks ago. Because that's
all right.
The breaks.
Something old, something new, something borrowed. No Jeff.
No Jeff. Who is something blue? Someone blue.
God, he's so blue. Anyway, continue.
The first game we will be discussing, and by discussing, I mean discuss its reviews, is called Killer Frequency.
Okay.
Killer Frequency is available on, almost everything. It says here it's available. It's a horror comedy VR game available.
Okay, it looks a lot like, it left my brain. Steam, that's,
come on.
Oh, shoot.
You can get there.
It's look at the text. It looks like that game that was like, it was supposed to be in the future, and we played it, and I keep trying to say steampunk. It's not that. Cyberpunk. Looks like Cyberpunk.
You know what? Whenever I see the color purple in any way, that's exactly what my brain does too. Is it says,
fuck right off.
This is Cyberpunk. No, Killer Frequency was produced by Team 17 Digital. Team 17 Digital, creator of, boy howdy, a lot of games, including one that I really like called Dredge, which I don't know that we talked about on the show, but it's a really good goddamn game. And they developed and published this one. Point is, it's Killer Frequency. I'm going to read the description here real quick. Killer Frequency. It is a first-person horror puzzle game set in 1987, the year that I was born, which that's a pretty grim feeling to know that the year you were born is now a year people put in when they want to be like, what's a made-up year?
It's a made up. What's a vintage? Like nobody remembers 1987.
Yeah, it was just the year that the person speaking, was born. It is, like I said, I know. It is available on all systems you can pretty much think of: Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, the Nintendo Switch, and for the first time on the show, the MetaQuest 2.
Ooh, I think I have one of those.
You have a MetaQuest 1.
Oh, okay.
If you had a MetaQuest 2, I'd know because I'd have stolen it from you.
I had a regular. Oh no, I think I had like a Go, and now I have a Quest or something.
It is. You remember Phasmophobia?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So combine that with like Shaun of the Dead, and you're kind
okay.
of
All right. That sounds really good, because especially good for people who are scaredies like Jeff.
It describes itself as the year 1987. The clock strikes midnight in the small town of Gallows Creek, USA. Former big city radio DJ Forrest Nash is live on the air in what will turn out to be the graveyard shift of a lifetime.
Ooh.
And just when you thought that was a little fucking weird to say, the next paragraph goes, in this horror comedy, you must solve puzzles to save callers from being hunted down by a killer. Where every call is life and death, can you save the inhabitants of Gallows Creek?
Oh, okay. This seems really fun.
It's a unique concept. It's a pretty unique. It's a little bit like 911 Operator also, if anyone's ever played that. It's like your fake 911 calls, but yeah, Killer Frequency. It is enjoying on Metacritic. Actually, nothing. I don't think it's on
what?
Metacritic. Yeah,
what's wrong with Metacritic recently? Why are
I believe so. Here's what I think happened. I think Golem took a lot out of them.
Yeah, they had to go. They had to take so many naps.
Of the critic reviews that have kind of hit Killer Frequency, there's only like 4 of them, which is on Steam. It has 422 very positive reviews. 95% are positive. So that's good for us.
Okay.
Oh, and it's also only $25. So there you go.
Oh, wow.
I know. But let's hop in and talk about this wonderful video game, Kim, with a couple of user reviews to see if it's worth our hard-earned $25. And just so you know, I would do the big 3 on this one, but it's pretty much just like, this game is fucking funny, or this game is very funny and hilarious, and so am I. So here's a goof.
Oh,
and then
I hate
there's
that.
like,
nobody wants your goof, man.
and then there's someone who's like, I don't like this.
I don't like horror games, and I don't like comedy. Why did I buy this game?
Stupid.
To say that I don't like it, and it's stupid.
Exactly.
My wife left me.
My wife left me, and I hope she died. First review is going to be from Steam user Sasha Bradley, because you know what? May as well start here. Sasha Bradley 1 writes, amazing game.
Oh.
I'm not a big fan of horror / thriller games at all as jump scares. Well, they scare me.
How did she get into this?
But the design of this game had me able to enjoy the horror and suspense aspect with minimal jump scares. The design, voice acting, and story is amazing, and I wish it went for longer. I hope there is another game like this made, as it is a unique gem. So that's really impressive that she got past that's a tough one. That's like knowing you have to jump into a cold pool.
Yeah.
You're standing at the edge of it and you're like, it's going to be really bad for like a second. It's going to be the worst it could ever be for 1 second of my life.
Every bit of my skin is going to hate me.
Yeah. And it's going to feel like here's what's bad. When you jump into an ice cold pool, there's a part of you that goes like, this could be it. This is so bad. This could be the last thing.
Yeah.
Now, up to now, it hasn't been, but it feels as bad as it would be if it was the last time. You know what I mean? That's what Sasha's having to wrestle with, hopping into Killer Frequency. And she braved it because apparently it's really good.
Well, and I want to know, what review did Sasha read? By the way, props for lady reviews on games. I do appreciate it. Sasha might be a man, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
Cohen. Yeah.
Yeah. God damn it. Anyway.
Got you again.
What review did Sasha ingest to decide that this person, Sasha, who does not like thriller games and does not like jump scares and does not like everything else that this game is, decided to spend the $20,
$25,
and try it, $25, and try it out, even though it is everything that they normally do not like.
It's sort of like when, so there's a place in where I live that's like a taco restaurant that just kind of looks like a burned down building.
Ooh.
And it's not even like kitsch. Like, I really did think it was a Taco Bell that burned down. But on the sign, there's like a burlap sign that says beef tacos $1 homemade inside with an arrow pointing God knows where. Now, you look at that and you go, every fucking part of me is saying, this is absolutely not my jam.
This is a van that says free candy.
But then you got to go, but the only time I've ever actually seen this in real life is when it was like someone doing a goof. This seems genuine. I got to check this one out. And I think that's what happened here. They saw this very scary thing, but they're like, this is so fucking weird. This is the weirdest thing I've seen in a lot. I know there might be jump scares in it, but I'm going to do it.
And I guess I'll try it.
You know what? I guess I'll see. And now they thirst for murder. That's what happened. They love it and they can't get enough of it.
I had a teacher once tell me that once you start murdering, you just can't stop.
It's like Pringles.
It was a weird thing for a teacher to say to a bunch of 10th graders.
Yeah. Did they come to school the next day after doing that?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure she's still there. She's like 150 years old.
It's all the murder that's keeping her going.
Yeah, it keeps her going. But anyway, yeah, that's good for Sasha for going out of your comfort zone, and it's a good lesson for all of us, really. Just because something absolutely is 100% not your vibe and you dislike everything about it, maybe spend the $25 anyway. Try it out.
Try it. You'd be glad you did. Sasha was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you care for another review, Kimberly?
Yeah, I want something. I want to know what other people who maybe bought it knowing that they like that kind of stuff thought.
Here we go. This is from Steam user Otter in a Boot. And if you it's an otter in a boot.
Is a picture of an otter like
in
it's
a
not
boot.
They don't mean like a boot like the back of a car?
No, it's not. They're not British. Or if they are British, they're not British in this way.
They're only vaguely British.
They're British in like the crumpets way, not in it's in the boot.
Go on.
Otter in a Boot writes, I think this will be good for someone, but that someone isn't me.
Oh. Wait. Okay, good. I needed them to expand.
Now here we go. I can jive with entirely narrative games. Yeah, sure you can, because you're clearly a cop because of the way that you're talking. But the writing has to be stellar to carry the rest. And the writing here isn't stellar. It's kind of a fun concept, but everything is so safe and tame and boring. I had to stop streaming it when okay.
Oh my God.
I had to stop streaming it when I realized I was desperately throwing paper balls into the trash to stay awake and tuning the dialogue out. The core gameplay elements are walking, not running. There is no run button. Up and down the stairs and recalling information someone told you a minute or two ago. I gotta be completely honest. That's most of my fucking life.
Yeah, like it. So wait, okay. All right. Otter in a Boot. Let's, so in a game that you want a game where you run all the time, which all the way, to be fair, that is
it's a faster way to move.
It is a faster way to move.
If you got to get somewhere, running's the way to do it. Walking's fine, running's better.
Maybe, yeah. Okay, so maybe the game could have offered running. You do, Jojo, you do enjoy running.
I do.
The only thing that you like more than running in a game is jumping and running.
And saying something I just heard. It's a key part of pretty much all the things that we make.
So memory. So this person doesn't want to have to use their memory.
It's too much like real life.
Yeah, they want. Okay, so I bet they would hate Papers, Please.
What I love about this is they're like, The writing was bad, and I know. I did not even try to engage with it.
Yeah. I tuned it out instantly while I was streaming it. By the way, did I tell you I stream?
This is the next part. I generally don't leave bad reviews for smaller releases unless the price point is unfair. And this felt like a ripoff, even discounted at $20.
Ooh.
I think it'll be a decent kids/YouTube horror thing when it goes on sale for $5.
Wow.
Comments are disabled for this review.
Yeah. This person has no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah. I find it. I think that what I like most is the use of the word jive.
You can't legally say jive unless you include the word turkey. I think that it just makes everything better.
Yeah, I agree.
I can even jive turkey. This person, they were acting like
they need, you know what they were hoping Killer Frequency was, and I can tell because it was a scary game. They're hoping that this is how you get into with all the big streamers, you know, the big ones, like literally the physically large ones.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like it was some sort of a metaphor.
No, I mean literally, like you become like large in size.
Okay.
And stature, but size in particular.
So that's what they wanted. They
wanted to be the next. I don't know jack shit about streamers. In fact, here's what I'll say: every streamer I've ever heard of, I will forget about them entirely until, and I'm not making this up, there are allegations of sexual misconduct.
Yep.
That's the only. Listen, you've got to stay in the public consciousness as a streamer in any way possible, because the moment that I forget you're there, I'm not saying that my perspective on reality is causing it, but it seems fairly consistent that any streamer I've completely forgotten about, the next time I hear about them, it was they fucked up bad and ruined a lot of lives.
And we believe them.
We do.
So
not a game for Honor and a Boot.
That's the other type of review that I don't love, is that when they try to temper the review with, I'm sure somebody would like this.
They wanted to be. So here's the problem, right? They had to share they have to share the stage with Killer, because Killer Frequency is funny. They're used to sharing the stage with games that are like not funny. Like I don't know. What's a not funny game?
Hitler.
That's not a game?
Oh no, I just was trying to think of something that wasn't funny.
Well, I guess also you failed.
What about Phasmophobia?
Yeah, Phasmophobia is not funny in any way. It's funny to play. It's not funny to be. It's a very serious endeavor. So, hey.
Yeah.
There you go. Honor and a Boot. Clearly a cop. Clearly did not like this game.
Yeah, very much a cop.
Let's have another one. All right. Here's one from Morb the Menace.
You got some good names today, man.
Morb the Menace writes, I am laughing myself numb with making clown sound effects on the soundboard while people are calling in that are dying. I am also their only hope. Welcome to my world.
Wow. That sounds so much fun.
Help me. He's after me. Then you just hit like a
honk honk.
Yeah. Uh-oh, you better look out. Oh, no. That's pretty wild. I like that a lot.
Yeah, and I'm sorry. And the other person's like, there's just the writing is just terrible. It sounds like they lack whatever it is inside of your brain that makes things fun.
I know. The soundboard is fun though. And that's
so if you're the person, if you're the soundboard, then they're saying that like the writing is not good. That means that they're not good. You have the ability to create.
Yes. And here's the best part. As a person who's broadcasting on stream or whatever, you also have the power to have a soundboard. And boy, that's the shortcut to comedy, let me tell you.
And clown noises.
Well, yes, Kim, and clown noises, but mainly comedy.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, are we good with that review, by the way?
Yeah. That was perfect. I mean,
this is a review from Toggle to Run. Toggle to Run writes.
Oh.
Funny soundboard for when people die.
I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm good. Carry on.
This is very good. It's a good review. Here's another one from I Am the Doctor 77. I Am the Doctor 77 writes, I'm about 80 minutes in. I like it, but I don't love it. It's a little too silly for me.
Oh, okay.
The radio callers fall into typical tropes. Blustery old reporter, exercising Midwestern housewife. It's like, what did you think you were buying? The voice acting is very animated, going hard into these tropes. This is a turnoff for me. I wanted something that felt a little more authentic and frightening. The puzzles, though they might be better and more difficult later, have been simple at best thus far. One was so easy, didn't require any thought at all. The concept is really cool. On some extent, I'm sure it's meant to be super campy. This goes beyond camp, though, delving into silly shenanigans and dialogue options that just don't make sense for the killer on the loose concept. I'll update this further as I play more, but over an hour in, I'm a little disappointed. Is it worth buying? Yeah, depends on what you're expecting. For the price? Maybe. For the interesting concept? Yes. For the horror? No.
Okay. All right. Person did not know what they were buying.
Kim. For a meticulous and well-crafted plot and challenging puzzles? Also no. For strong, unique, and believable characters? Not at all. This is later. Edit! I've switched my recommendation to a no. We'll be attempting to return the game just about at the 2-hour mark. I can't get over how if you fail and a character dies, you and the other host freak out for about a minute and then go back to radio host BS and silly humor. Ridiculous. Completely pulls me out of the atmosphere. The game lacks just about any form of suspension of disbelief required to fully feel invested in the story. Swing and a miss.
Okay, so this guy ordered food at a restaurant and
tried to have it returned.
And then he tried to return it.
After nearly finishing it.
Yeah. He's decided that now that he's almost done with it, he wants his money back.
Now, to their credit, Kimberly, I Am the Doctor 77 did not disable comments on their reviews.
That's bold.
It is
brave.
Bold because they invited this from I Am Monkey. I Am Monkey writes, the swing and a miss is for you, my friend, not us.
Ooh, wow.
So it's kind of like, hey, you're wrong. That's it. That's all they say.
Boo.
Listen, you are incorrect. Your problems are bonkers.
Yeah, I disagree with your disagreeing.
We must, and I will not agree to disagree. You're just wrong.
Yep, I love it. I think that that's the right thing to do.
I love it too. I'm gonna be getting this because I want to play it.
Oh yeah, I think that it would be a great game. I would love to see Jeff and Danielle stream it.
Yep,
that'd be good.
And I'm just gonna say this because if I don't, I'll forget because the game we're gonna be doing for the next part is different. But and if this was the last review on the show, like if we were just talking about Killer Frequency, this is a good one. This is from Steam user Grandpa. Grandpa writes, everyone dies.
Oh, Grandpa, no.
Grandpa.
Grandpa, no.
Right, here's what I'm curious about. Does Grandpa put that on every game?
Everyone dies. It's not even about the game. It's just about it's just a fact of life.
It's just a fact, if I'm being honest. Everyone dies.
Grandpa, we're at Denny's. Grandpa. We've told you this before. This is a child's birthday party. Grandpa.
Killer Frequency. And when we come back from our little break, another game. Grandpa, no.
Grandpa, no.
Grandpa, you got us again, Grandpa.
No, Grandpa. Okay, so let's try to bang this out quickly because I was hoping to get done in an hour. So
yeah, you know what? Well, Kim, that's good because this other game is also bite-sized.
Oh, good.
Yeah, another little bite-sized one. This is a game called Rusted Moss, which came out on April the 11th, 2023. Developed by Faxdoc, Happy Squared, and Sunny Days.
Wait, what is it called? Moss?
Rusted Moss.
That doesn't make any sense, but go on.
You know, it's like moss on rust, or vice versa.
No, it's not like moss on rust. It's like rust on moss, but go on.
Either way, it was published by the publisher Playism, creators of other game Signalis, which was spooky. Also The Good Life, which is a really weird game that maybe we'll talk about one day, but not today, because today we're talking about Rusted Moss. It is a Metroidvania. Here's the description. Rusted Moss is a twin-stick shooter Metroidvania where you sling around the map with your grapple, blasting your way through witches and rusted machine monstrosities alike. This wasteland, once harboring mankind, has since fallen, and Fae, long forgotten, now knock on humanity's door. That's a really weird sentence I just said out loud.
Yeah.
And they wrote it. They're the ones who wrote it. I didn't write it.
The genre is Metrovania.
Metroidvania. So like
Metroidvania.
someone walking around and they have and like, I got to unlock this door. Better go find an item. Finding the item requires playing 90% of the game. Come back to the door. I got to unlock the door. You open the door. I didn't need the thing that was behind here. Boy, this is a good game. It's Metroidvania. That's what they are. Hey, and listen, if you don't think that's what a Metroidvania is, you're wrong. I don't know what else to tell you. You're incorrect.
I'm disabling comments.
I'm disabling. No, the comments are open. It's just, if you have one that disagrees on what a Metroidvania is, you're wrong about it. That's what they are. It's like, here's the thing you want. The thing to get it takes 500 hours. By the time you get it, you don't want what was there anymore. It's how they work.
It's the refrigerator concept.
It's the refrigerator concept. Because
you keep opening it up.
Yeah.
You keep opening it up. It's the same crap. You don't want it.
Rusted Moss 2D action platformer Metroidvania, available for the low price of $19.99.
Ooh, even cheaper than the last game.
I know, which I kind of like, because it means that you can kind of sneak in both of those games, before, like,
for under $69.99.
Yeah, which is great.
Nice.
There are currently 4 reviews for it on Metacritic, and here's what I will say about these 4 reviews. It was actually 5, but there's only 4 worth it. The four of them that actually have scores are from Noisy Pixel, Hardcore Gamer, Multiplayer.it, and Movies, Games, and Tech. All reviewers that I'm not certain are real. And then finally, there's a review from Polygon where they did not score it. They just said this is a game. This is
if you were looking to play game, correcto.
You've done it. By God, you've done it. Quick Blender. It's basically like, it's Super Metroid, but also with a little bit of Batman, because you got a grappling hook and you use that to solve 90% of your problems.
You got a grappling hook. Let's make this quick because I'm really booked.
Is that from Boba the Fett?
Yeah, I'm a devious, degenerate defender of the devil. Such another trash compactors on the D-touch level. I digress.
That's great. The reviews actually on it on Steam, there's over 300 at this point, all incredibly positive. Very positive. 86% in fact. The big 3 are, the grappling hook is weird, and I don't like it.
Okay.
The second one is, the grappling hook is great, and I really like it. The third one is like, the game's fine. That's it. Those are the 3.
Those are your options.
It's really divisive on the subject of grappling hook, which, as far as I'm concerned, means that the grappling hook is art.
I guess, yeah. If people are looking at it and seeing totally different things.
It's like, I love this. I hate it. It must be in my home. Mine too. That's how it works. Shall we hop into a few reviews?
Yes, I'm looking at a little like trailer of it, and it looks pretty cool.
It's only for PC as the crow flies.
I'm pro PC only games, but go on.
Yeah, which actually, you know what's weird is, for it to only be on PC and specifically on Windows for a game like this, that's really odd. You would think this would be for Switch or something. Maybe it will be. Anyway, this is a review from Whisper.
Okay, but you need to whisper the entire review.
Okay. Whisper writes, real good. The best indie Metroid-like I've played since maybe ever. You get a springy elastic grappling hook, kind of like in Umihara Kawaze, and the game is really built around it. Traversing the world is much more nuanced. Maybe they got their tonsils out. Challenging and fun in other games of the genre. It says traversal is most of what you do in these games. Yeah, this one's the winner. Combat's also pretty fun, with satisfying and varied weapons, aimed with the mouse. Surprisingly diverse enemies, really good bosses. Just an A+ game all around. Whisper sounds so much dorkier.
When you whisper?
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, if I had said this in my normal boister voice, which is the kind of boisterous oyster voice I have, if I had said it like that, it would have sounded just normal. But like, whispering their reviews, they sound like a total dingus. Like they're trying to distract someone in the library. Why'd you do that, Whisper?
They're standing over somebody as they're playing the game, telling them about the game.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
That's basically what our show is, but go on.
Yeah. I really want to know, like, they're basically like, this is the best one of these I've ever played. They compare it to nothing.
Right.
What if they haven't played any?
Right. They said it's the best one since
ever.
Well, maybe ever. Well, that tells me nothing. It doesn't tell me that you know the style of game. But I mean, they're trying to be really positive and they're listing a lot of very positive things about it.
This is the kind of thing, if I was being positive about something, this is what people who are positive about something, this is what they say.
Yeah,
Like
I guess. But like, it's positive in a very vague way.
Yeah.
Because it's like, except for the grappling hook, they're very clear on the grappling hook.
Grappling hook is a big plus in their book. We should all know that. We love the grappling hook.
You could put a positive review like this in front of any game, and any game at all. It could be Super Mario Brothers
This
original.
is the best Super Mario game I played since ever.
Maybe forever. The bosses are great. Surprising diversity of weapons. Gameplay is excellent. Fighting is great.
If you have nothing to compare it to, yeah, you have no choice but to be. The diversity of weapons could be 0. Like, you would have to be surprised by that.
I think that this person really liked the game, but really didn't have anything to add to the conversation.
Yeah. But it was
a good game.
I enjoy their enthusiasm, quiet as it is.
Oh, absolutely. I'm proud of them for going out there. Now, were comments disabled for this?
No, they were enabled, but no one fought them off.
No one tried to rake them over the coals for their vague positive review.
No, they really decided to kind of let this one slide. Which
Good
makes
for
sense.
them. Yeah. Good for you, Internet. Good for you and your growth.
Now,
I'm impressed.
Here's a review from user Cannon Drill. Cannon Drill writes, this is what I think they sound like. I played the demo for Rusted Moss and was sold on it very quickly. An action platformer built around grappling hooks sounds great, and the combat sections mostly are. Slingshotting around arenas to dodge bullets and fight bosses is satisfying, while the dedicated platforming sections were less enjoyable. Grappling hook functions like elastic, and these spaces play around with a lot of physics, but many ask for some hyper-precise movement that is difficult to nail down consistently with how inherently chaotic such freeform mobility can be. You gotta end your sentences.
This guy... not breathing, this man.
There is, I think this is a sentence fragment, but it's such a long sentence I can't tell. There is little room for error in this basic traversal, ultimately making it feel like a frustrating test of... Okay, here's the entire sentence. Because
okay,
the grappling hook functions like elastic, and these spaces play around a lot with the physics, but many ask for some hyper-precise movement that is difficult to nail down consistently with how inherently chaotic such free-form mobility can be, there is little room for error in the basic traversal, ultimately making it feel like a frustrating test of patience. Period.
Wow.
The grappling hook made jumping hard. I spent large chunks of time within singular rooms, wrestling with the grapple, trying to get it to behave the way I needed it in order to progress.
Okay, this reminds me a lot of the camera in Zelda, where you just accidentally pull up the camera when you're trying to do other things. You're like, oh, I didn't want that.
Oh, God, every
this
time I'm
game
about
is
to
clearly
die.
the problem.
Sitting on the edge of my seat, trying not to die and be sent rooms and rooms back to the checkpoint, which is not something I've ever experienced in a physics-based platformer before. So I don't suck at games. The pacing of upgrades is also incredibly odd. Within the first 30 to 45 minutes, I picked up the basic grappling hook and a high jump, and those were the only movement upgrades I'd received up until my final half hour. Everything in between was either a passive effect or a weapon I could only find a niche use for. It was refreshing to see a new mechanic and potentially loosen up some of the tighter platforming areas, but I was immediately made irrelevant by the next area, where I was in zero gravity and at the whims of hazards that are made to force the player in different directions. If you're in zero gravity, you still have a grappling hook. I really wanted to like Rusted Moss, but I felt like I never got a good handle on the controls or stopped fighting with the game, and my aggravation has led me to dropping it close to the finish line. I think I get more enjoyment out of watching speedruns than actually playing it. So they didn't like the grappling hook.
Okay, so this is a con. This person not a fan of the grappling hook.
They're not care for the grappling hook. But because their complaint is basically, in many words, I don't like the grappling hook. Now, I don't suck at games.
Yeah. I'm good at I've done a lot of these. The game is the thing that is not good at.
Let's play devil's advocate from Mattel.
Okay. So maybe it's a very difficult physics game. I will say, having watched a lot of Zelda recently, it is very frustrating when things need you to be absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
If I wanted realistic grappling hook, I would do grappling hook.
I can also say, and this is sort of separate, things can be frustrating if you need them to be perfect. Yeah, you could just plug that in front of almost anything from anyone. I don't know how a real grappling hook works. like how it feels to use one. Because I'm going to be honest, I've never seen a grappling hook outside of a video game.
Yeah, I've never actually witnessed a grappling hook.
Like I know that there are hooks. I know about big hooks.
Yeah, it's a big hook, and I think some of them are powered and some of them are not powered.
I honestly think that Batman is largely apocryphal. I don't think there really is such a thing as
Okay, wait a second. Are grappling hooks like birds? Do they not exist?
Wait a minute. Are you saying that grappling hooks, like birds, they replaced all the batteries during COVID?
Yeah, grappling hooks. Oh my gosh, are grappling hooks real is the first thing. A grappling hook or a grapnel is a device that typically has multiple hooks known as claws or flukes attached to a rope. Oh, and then here's some white supremacist dudes holding grappling hooks. Okay, cool.
Great.
Does the military use grappling hooks? Military uses grappling hooks. Yep. Hold on to a gun while free falling. That seems unreal.
Yeah, so it's a big hook. But do they work like the Batman? I don't think so. Anyway, what I'm saying here is, you know what? I don't know what a good grappling hook is supposed to be like. No one else does either. And maybe for this person, they found out what they think a good grappling hook is. So if you want to know what a good grappling hook is, or maybe isn't, I guess Rusted Moss is a good choice.
I have some thoughts
Are you really looking at grappling hooks
I'm really, yeah. Apparently ninjas used grappling hooks of two different types, a 2-hook and a 4-hook grappling hook. And that made me think, oh yeah, ninjas are real.
I mean, ninjas use it. So how can it not be real if ninjas don't use it?
Are ninjas real?
Oh my God. While you do that, Kim, I'm going to pull up another fun review.
Okay.
This is from user Ducky. Ducky writes.
Okay, Ducky, like just Ducky?
Just Ducky.
All right.
Ducky writes, quack, 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 quack.
Stop.
No. Ducky writes, I really wish there was a, quote, Meduium review.
Okay.
I think they misspelled medium and they spelt it Meduium.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Because as much as I like the game, the grapple hook and other gameplay features will piss you off. It's horrible. And there's other stuff that makes it so much worse.
Okay, so they didn't like the grappling hook.
They did not like the grappling hook.
I'm surprised. I really thought the grappling hook was going to be like a more positive. There's more
listen,
negative.
Kim, this is literally the next 2 reviews. This is from Steam user Orange Lord. Very fun grappling mechanics. Steam user, I can't read this because I think it's in Chinese.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a slur.
You can rocket jump with a grappling hook. Best game ever. 12 out of 10.
Oh.
Here's one from Steam user Lunison. All my life, I've asked myself, what if there was a Metroid game where Samus learned how to bungee jump and was caught in the middle of an ages-long war between man and fairy? Fortunately, the Rusted Moss dev team read my mind, and the result is more fun than I could have imagined. A lot of people really love the grappling hook.
Okay.
Just really are just loving this grappling hook. And a lot of people hate the grappling hook. Steam user Sea Salts looks great, plays like shit.
Oh.
Steam user James, imagine the White Tower from Hollow Knight with less checkpoints and having to rely on the flaky physics-based grappling hook.
This is starting to feel like politics.
I know.
I don't know who to believe.
Listen, here's what I know. I love our country. And
Do you also love grappling hooks?
I think we can all agree that we just want to cut through the bullshit and have a really good grappling hook. And I think we disagree on what that means.
Okay, you're right. It is like politics.
Now,
Shit.
what my opponent has said is that I don't like grappling hooks, and that's not true. I like good grappling hooks. Now, is the grappling hook in Rusted Moss good? I think that's up to the voter to decide.
Clearly.
Is the now what happened now, Kim, was I think the grappling hook was the one who was actually talking. I think it was a grappling hook.
Yeah, look, I'm not here to argue.
I have 4 prongs and my opponent has 2. Now, whether or not that matters to you, I mean, you got to tell us at the polling booth. That's the only place where you can tell us, what are they called? Flutes?
Flutes.
That's where you can tell us how many flutes you want in Washington, I guess.
I guess if that's where you're gonna put your grappling hook.
Kim, come on. Don't work blue. I think
that's for Jeff.
I think pretty much if they get this game, I think you should go into it. Here's my conclusion. Don't go into this with an expectation of it being good or bad. Go there with an expectation of, I'm going to really experience the hell out of a grappling hook.
Yeah.
Like, someone had an idea of how a grappling hook works, and I'm going to know what it is by the end of this one.
Don't expect a game. Go in looking for a grappling hook because you will find one. Whether or not it's a good grappling hook is really that's what you made along the way.
That's what you take with it. That's what you take to it, and that's what you need to leave there. You got to approach it effortlessly with no expectations, and you just have to walk away. And what you take with you is, that's life. I don't know.
You take the good, you take the bad, so then you have
a grappling hook.
A grappling hook.
Oh man.
Okay, so that was beautiful.
That's Rusted Moss.
Yeah. You're right. Every review was let me tell you about this grappling hook, you fucks.
And I know, and again, it seems like maybe I'm cherry picking. It's not hard. It's really not hard to find the arguments of, I love the grappling hook, I hate the grappling hook.
Yeah.
I love to hate the grappling hook.
Awesome, man. All right. Well,
thank you for joining us on our show, Listen to Player 2. Cam, is there anything that you've been enjoying outside of soon to be these games?
What I started playing?
What is it?
After being hounded, I started playing Royal Match.
Royal Match?
It's that little game that they advertise all the time for being a game that doesn't have ads. Well, I'm getting like paid money to play it, and so I'm playing it. And I'm on level 70 something, and it's kind of annoying, but it doesn't have ads, which is a real novelty.
Yeah, the leading mobile company, Dream Games, makes it.
Yeah.
Wow, that's fucking wild. Okay, yeah, you're playing
there you go.
Royal Match on the phone. It's just a matching game.
It's just a matching game, and I like to play matching games, so yeah, it is.
Can't argue with that. Good job, Kim. Good job.
What about you, man?
I have gotten Cassette Beasts.
Oh, yeah. How was that?
It's very good and fun.
Is there a grappling hook?
There isn't a grappling hook. It does some things that are pretty different from Pokemon. In particular, like leveling in that game is really kind of like, I think the monsters only have like 5 levels. Like it's 1 to 5.
All right.
And also, you have like a partner with you. So it's always 2 Pokemon that you have at all times, and you transform into a Pokemon when you need to use their external. So you know how like, I need to go across water, I'll summon Lapras to surf. Well, in Cassette Beasts, you just become the Lapras, Cuckoo Kachub, and then you can just surf, is the way I describe it. But it's a cool game. It's very stylish. I really like it. Highly recommend. And it's on Xbox Game Pass, so you should partake if you haven't already.
Wasn't there some discussion of like whether or not people were furries when they were... Is this one of the furry games?
No, you're thinking of Friends vs. Friends, and the answer was yes. You are.
But it's not a sex thing.
Not a sex thing. Now, Cassette Beasts, you do turn into animals, and it might be a sex thing. But jury's out. I'll let you know when I beat it.
Okay. Gross.
Yeah. I think I told everyone I beat Zelda, which everyone should still remember about me. Game.
Yeah, about you specifically. You did a good job.
Beat that game's ass.
Did you get all 120 shrines?
No, and I think there's 158.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think the last one had like 116 or something.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, there's a lot. But you didn't get them?
No.
So really, you didn't complete it?
No, I just beat it. I saw the ending screen. I fought the last boss. I felt a sense of accomplishment, and then I turned it off.
And then you went the fuck home.
I went home.
I'm done here.
Did it.
Now it's time for me to do some beast
stuff.
Yeah.
And soon to be some killer stuff and Rusted Moss
I cannot wait. If you can make the awooga sound, please record the awooga sound.
Don't worry. I will.
Okay.
Well, Kim, the only thing that's left to do is our end matter. Hey, give us a positive review on your podcatcher of choice. You can send us an email at listentoplayertwo@gmail.com. And hey, by the way, just so you know, if you leave us a review, I have the podcatchers open. I'll see it. I'll read it. I don't care. Make it a good one, though.
Yeah, he did not disable comments.
I did not disable comments. And here's the thing with our show: every review is useful. That's what I've discovered.
Even the little ones.
Even the little ones.
So
here's one final review.
Oh, thank God.
For Rusted Moss. This is from I just saw the username again. It's from Steam user. I have bees in my ears.
Okay. I don't know why I knew to expect something, and that's not what it was.
I have bees in my ears says, I like kicking dogs.
Well, there you go. Is this one of those nobody's reading this, so I'm just going to say I'm gay things?
Maybe. I don't know. If that was the case, I think they'd have written everyone dies. My name is Jojo.
And my name is Kim, and this has been Listen to Player 2, and Grandpa is my real mom and dad. Grandpa, no.
Grandpa.